I'm glad to welcome you again to my regular Sunday blog. By the way, I've been mentioning my book Schmucks, which makes a fool out of all the phony, the frauds and the lowlifes in America. And I characterize them for what they are. So this is Fantastic Revelations. This book has been a sensation out for about 8 weeks, and it's going bigger than ever. So it's only maybe 11 copies left. If you're lucky enough to catch one of the 11 copies, you'll have the time of your life. But if you're a little slow, I can't help you. Anyway, let me talk to you about... oh, by the way, did you know that tonight, Sunday night, is the Democratic Party debate? The debate. It's not exactly a debate. They'll all be saying the same thing, except with different sentences, one after the other. Hillary Clinton will still stand with her next new mixed-up position. She had about more positions on this war than a hooker has on a whorehouse. Every 10 minutes she's in a new position, and she doesn't remember her last position. Each one contradicts the other position. She was for the war, against the war, slightly for the war. We should get out in 11 months, 6 months, 4 months, 3 months. The last position she has is we should get out in about an hour and a half. It all depends on what the poll shows, what Barack Obama is saying. She's involved with 12 contests, involved with all kinds of problems about everything. The only thing she doesn't notice is that there's a war going on. That's the only thing that's not on her mind. Because if you care about the war and the consequences of the war, it's impossible to have a new position every day depending on Bush's poll number or Barack Obama's next move. Every time she sees Barack Obama coming, what did he say? He said 4 months, I'll say 3 months. He said 2 months. Oops, I say we should get out. Where, from what? I don't know. Is there's a war going on? I never heard about it. She's a different position every day, not only with the war, with everything. Why do you think she spends all her time trying to appeal to anybody, no matter who they are, in whatever way she thinks it's going to work on them? She has no conscience about what she says, what she does, as long as she adapts herself to whatever the last problem is. If she bumps into an Indian, all of a sudden you would never recognize her. Did you see her in the campaign? A new accent, a new personality every 20 minutes. She's in the South and she's talking to black people. I say, I go, I never knew that I go where I hear, where I go, where I fly. I do what I die. I fought a war, but this was before against the war. And now I don't know there's a war. If there's a war, call me back. I find out what I'm talking about. If I find out what I think of the war, I'll be glad to tell you. But meanwhile, thank God we all talk alike. You see how much we have in common? We all talk like this. And an hour later she's on the way, and all of a sudden she's in front of a Jewish crowd. Did you see her in front of a Jewish crowd on the Lower East Side? She came out and said, well, I'll tell you, so far I don't think so. However, if I have a new position, I'll be glad to tell you what it is. But I didn't read the poll number yet, so I can't tell you. As soon as I read the paper, maybe I'll know. Maybe I won't. I'm not sure. It's up to you. I'll tell you what. You vote for whatever you want, and you let me know. If I'm involved, I'll be glad to help out. If not, what do you want from me? I have to go back to the South because I have to talk like this again in 10 minutes. Otherwise, I have to go to another. She has a different accent no matter who she meets. Last week she took a taxi. In New York, all the taxi drivers are either Indians or Pakistanis. And all of a sudden, she found out the Indian was an American citizen, so she said to him, oh, look at the coconut. Oh, I say to the wall, I say, the coconut. This is for, you take me for a ride to 34th Street, and then we'll go to 38th Street, then we'll go to 49th Street. In case we meet the Jewish neighborhood, I will talking like this again. Otherwise, if you come to the South, stay out of the South. If you come into the South, I have to rehearse me, because I'm going to have to talk like this again. I'm going to have to talk like this unless we come back to the Jews, and I'll talk like this. But meanwhile, to you, I'm talking the Now she's going to Boston. I guarantee you, an hour from now, she'll be sounding just like Ted Kennedy. Next time she makes a speech, you'll hear her say, yeah, bum, and Ted Kennedy will say, I don't think so. I say, yeah, bum, and she'll say, no, I don't believe that because I always say, yeah, bum, unless the Jew shows up, then I say, well, I'll tell you the truth. I don't know. It's up to Jackie Mason. I'm trying to talk like him, but it doesn't come out perfect, but it's close enough. It's better than nothing. This gent in plain English has many faces, many positions, many people. You never saw so many divergent personalities in one human being. You know why? Because she doesn't care what she says. She has no conscience, and if you have no conscience, you don't care what you say, to who you say it to, as long as you only have one thing in mind. Will I win the election if I say this? If I sound like this? Is there a better chance if I sound like that? So she takes sounding lessons. She doesn't study anything. She studies voices. That's all she knows. And the voice comes out for whatever is appropriate to the occasion. In plain English, she's a fake. Write that down.